What's up, baby dolls? I'm going to start with this very funny clip from Ivan. Shout out to Ivan on Tech. He's going to talk about his thoughts on PulseChain. Check it out.
And the best thing that Pulse has, it is Somi, guys. Take care of Somi, because if you lose him, it's not going to be good, guys. And I don't know why Somi is still in Pulse. I mean, to be honest, like, he was bullish. Because I like his thoughts on the market, but I just like, yeah, he's still in Pulse, but he has interesting thoughts overall in the market. But how is his conclusion to hold Pulse after all this? Because also it goes down every month. That's the problem. Some people, no, you gotta hodl diamond, but listen, it's down from May, and from June it's down, and from July it's still a falling knife, and in August it's down. I mean, you see yourself. So it's not even a sign of a bottom right now, at least. Anyway, let's see, guys. Let's see.
It's funny, man. I get this all the time. You got to remember, so obviously, shout out to Ivan. Ivan's got a very, very, very high value content YouTube channel and show as well, and has a lot of respect in the industry. Now, I actually know how Ivan basically trades. I've watched him over the years. I know what type of guy he is. He is more like Crypto Cobie's gut style and Arthur Hayes' gut style, where they can't stand in front of the knife. They can't. They don't want the cheapest prices. They were like, you know what? You guys fight for it. They would rather buy after something has confirmed up. I know this because I've seen Ivan go through many coins over the time period, and it's interesting, right? So I can show you an example right now. We actually look at Cardanzo, and I'll put it up right now. So Ivan frequently, so Ivan doesn't actually, this is Cardanzo in the last cycle, okay? So basically Cardanzo. Ivan and Cobie and Arthur Hayes, they don't want anything to do with this whatsoever. Like, friends, when I see this, I literally think free money, okay? Literally free money. I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm just posturing. No. When I see something like that, all I'm thinking is, oh my gosh, look at my margin of error. Like, bro, you're down 97%. It's free. Now, here's the thing, man. If you zoom in, that's a weekly chart, okay? If you zoom in, man, you don't think it's free. You don't feel it's free. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing this. Imagine you were long Cardanzo from 20 cents. You're long from 20 cents, man. You're down 82%, like every day. By the way, you know, every candle here, friends, is a single day. Look at this. Slowly. Look at that. You started to recover. There's, what is this, zombie virus crash. You're like, oh my gosh, this is going lower and lower, down. See that? Now, I know how Ivan actually likes to trade, friends. So Ivan, all right, so he doesn't like to buy this stuff down here, all right? He does not like this at all. He wants to see, like, this happen, all right? He wants to see the swoop up, and then he wants to get in, okay? Not even that part. I'll show you right now. He likes to see this, okay? He wants to see something go bang. He likes to see that. He's like, buy. He likes this, and he likes that, all right? He likes playing those. That's momentum trading, all right? But you're watching it a lot, and he doesn't like standing in front of the train. Now, you think, wait, that's good because you are not standing in front of the train, number one, and two, like, you don't have to sit through the pain. True. But look at the price deviation, okay? Look at the price deviation, friends. If you're buying down here, I'm not even going to assume you get the very, very bottom, but from here to here, all right, he's paying up 10x. All right. Now, in an ideal world, you are long from the bottom, but you actually aren't. So I'm going to be fair with this because I know this, man. I went through every single. I don't have a style that is suited for me or whatever. No, I looked at literally everything. Short-term, mid-term, long-term frames. I used to scalp 1 minute time frames, okay? I've looked at literally everything. I'm like, that's it, man. I'm going to be here for 10 years, all right? I want to have the maximum amount of dollars at the very, very end. I know I'm here for 10 years. Who cares what I top cop in the middle? It doesn't matter. It's the same to me. You're going to be here 10 years. You're going to commit the time no matter what. So why not make the most for it, right? That's because I believe, right? That's why, because I've seen every style, friends. I've traded every style, pretty much, okay? So what ends up happening is, okay, he's now paying a premium. But, like, I'm going to be honest, right? You might be long. Let's say you're equivalent on PulseChain. You're like a longer here price, right? You're like 15 cents. So he's going to avoid all the pain, and then maybe they're going to, the people who buy the equivalent PulseChain prices, they're probably going to buy up like 2x higher than your average when like the real people come in, okay, the big believers. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you that on the chart just so I can demonstrate to you that. And while I'll do that, we'll play some nice actual pump music as well, okay, because we deserve a pump. Now, I'm going to show you what it would look like on this chart, okay? So obviously this is like, we'll talk about that later, but it would be like here, remember, this is Pulse, PLS, this is day one sack. It would be like something happening here, something happens, and then choo like that, and then we call up. And these people are going to come in here. They get to miss the 3 years of embarrassment, and they get to basically go up, don't they? All right? And a lot of people like to play that. They do like to play that. Now, in an ideal world, you time all of these together. You buy right before everybody's getting in, and you win. That's the ideal world. But we don't live in the ideal world. We live in a realistic world. And a realistic world is you can only trade or invest on the information you have in that moment. And when you have, say, PulseChain, you know, okay, strong call, 200,000 people in there, and you know that, okay, they're not willing to give up, you don't know what type of pattern you're going to get in the future. You could have got the Soylana pattern, but only one coin got the Soylana pattern, and it was actually Soylana. I'll show you that now. This is it right here, yeah. This is the Soylana pattern. So Soylana up, okay, now it's up 7x here, okay? Soylana's up 7x. You can even check it on the Sol BTC ratio, okay? You can see it right here. It is up, you know, I'm not even doing it very bottom. It's up 4x against BTC. So you have to invest knowing these fans. Now, it just, my brain does not work how the same way the retail and normies think. Retail and normies, friends, they see this chart and they're like, sweet, you're going up. I'm going to get in. They actually see this chart. They see this and like, oh, wow, this is fantastic. Now's my value to get in, okay? I am not seeing that. By the way, remember, we're here to invest for the whole cycle. We're not here to like trade momentum pushes, scalp in and out for the week, high volume activity. We're not here to do that, okay? When I see this, what I'm seeing is a shitload of resistances and people dumping. And all I'm thinking about is, oh, wow, I am paying up. Look at this. This thing already went up 9.6x. That's what I'm thinking about, all right? And then what I'm also thinking about is I'm going to the market cap valuations, and I'm looking at Soylana at 65 billion, and I'm like, wait a minute, bro. A 5x from here, you have to flip Ethereum. Because remember, friends, you can't rewind time. We're looking at today. You're standing from today, all right? And you know what I know? I've seen a lot of your comments, the people who are in Soylana, okay, for example, remember, there are 500 coins, just to let you know. There's 500 coins. We can only list Soylana, Injective, BNB, Floki, and I forgot which one. What else? Basically, it's 4 or 5 coins, and FET, that's right. Fetch, whatever, Fetch AI. Yeah, 5 coins out of 500 that had tremendous charts like that. 1% odds. Okay? 1% odds. But you got to think about it, right? You're in the bear market. Yeah, 5 out of 500 coins, 1%. We're actually going to do the big pump up. The big pump. And now you're up higher. Here's the thing, man. Soylana, friends, it already did like a 20x from the low. You know, Soylana just needs to do a 5 from now. And it's done total 100. It just has to do a 5x. Like, Ethereum can do a 5 and Soylana can do a 5. You are a loser at this point. You've taken all that excess risk and they made no ETH value. However, someone who's owned Soylana from the bear market lows, they're up 100x. They'll consider the greatest win of all time. So you have to play the prices you're given. You always have to see, hey, is this thing cheap or is this thing expensive? That's what we're looking at. Now, I found this also. I found this really, really interesting, friends. If this thing actually like plays out, there will be total embarrassment for the whole crypto industry, because I have dozens of videos, literally thousands of videos altogether, where we've gone through this information here, calculated the amount of money required to push something up. There's an Ethereum sacrifice wallet out here. It's already demonstrated that it buys the coins. We've gone through all of these, and like, this is the actual truth about the rest of crypto as well, friends. Read this. Look, 99% of altcoin projects are timing the cycle to dump their own token on retail during the bull market. And, you know, this month, friends, we had 2 billion of tokens unlocked. I mean, look at all these coins out here, right? Wormhole, which is butthole. You have Avalanche, IO, Blast in the ass, ZK, Zero, Molestia, all of these, friends. They have a lot of tokens to unlock, man. And they're more expensive. And I'm looking at them like, am I silly? Am I missing something? Like, yeah, the reason why they're just not bleeding is their tokens aren't released yet. You know that, right? And as this coin goes up, this step function, they're releasing them more. All right, so that's another big important aspect to think about too, because you're looking at your options right now. So all these projects, you'll notice that they're timing their unlocks towards the bull market. So they're not pretending, hey, we're going to be around the next bear. So it's all playing the same game. 99% of them. They are value extracting. Richard Hart is timing the cycle to dump 170,000 ETH token during the bull market. This is called value add. So to repeat to you again, these coin projects, they own all the coins already. They are planning to release them in a bull market, and they're going to be dumping, and that's going to be pressure over time. Right now, they're tricking you. Right now, they're like, hey, get in. Everything's going to go great. This is why, funny friends, you ever heard, you hear this saying a lot, right? You know how the bad guys turn out to be the good guys, and the good guys turn out to be the bad guys? Yeah, this might be playing out all over again. Like, there are like all these podcast guys in crypto. They're like, oh yeah, Richard Hart, scammer. And I'm like, see, man, this is our informational edge. Remember my ultimate bull market strategy guide? We have key information asymmetry. That was point number 3. Key information asymmetry. I've literally shown you on chain, on the posts, there is a sacrifice wallet, maybe controlled by Richard Hart. It is. Let's cut to innuendo. Controlled by him. It already put in $18 million and it started buying the coins. People started dumping. It stopped. Now, shout out to Colin and everyone else out here. They're saying, hey, how are you so sure he's even going to do it? Go, bro, we're not sure. Like, how are you so sure Ethereum is even going to go up above $4,000? How are you so sure that the Fed's even going to cut rates? How are you even so sure that they're going to print money? You're not sure of anything. How are you so sure, by the way, Bitcoin could have topped this cycle? How are you so sure Bitcoin's going to hit 100K? No one's sure of anything. You're here to take bets. We're not here to be sure of anything. You're here to buy low and sell high. Now, of course, if coins keep going down next month and next month and next month, yeah, that's not the plan. The plan isn't, my plan isn't, the strategy, the winning strategies out there, they're not buy, and if it's not going good in the next 6 months, get out. Okay, that's for losers. That's for soy boys. That's people who literally don't make it. People don't make it. They have that attitude, and it'll be the most funniest, controversial, contrarian thing when I have to say, wow, guys, it turns out the biggest scammer in crypto was injecting Ethereum into his own community and pumping up the bags while you guys were shilling useless governance tokens and all this other stuff that literally was being basically dumped on by the insiders, okay? So the wider market doesn't get this, friends. And I've seen this, and I know why the wider market's going to get it. I mean, I literally have a video, friends. You remember my video out here. You can literally go to YouTube and type in green candles make you smarter. Green candles make you smarter, friends. This is one of my videos from a year ago, okay? Ethereum. And I want to green candles make you smarter. And I go through all these experiences where I finally learned. I remember here I am talking about the ETH BTC. I literally saw it day after day. I'm telling people to buy Ethereum at ETH BTC. Man, it was like 0.018. Ethereum was like $150. I'm called a scammer. And then 4 weeks later, people are DMing me thinking me I'm God because the green candles come up. And then it goes back down again. And I'm talking to the same people. And I'm like, hey, you were calling me a genius the other day. Now you're calling me a scammer again. I had no idea until I started realizing when I look back and I reflect, spent 18 hours a day. I'm like, wait a minute. They were only calling me a genius because the candles were going up. It was only when they were going up, they started to learn what Ethereum is. People didn't even know what a smart contract platform was back then. This was in end of 2019, December 2019, early 2020. They had no idea. Now you understand what it is. Back then, like, what is it? Are they going to scam us? No altcoins ever recovered, right? It was very, very shaky waters back then. So I started to learn all these, and then I got to see it literally all over crypto. And like, oh, wow. As soon as big, fat, green monthly candles appear, now they can see the thesis. And they're like, wow, it all comes together. And then as soon as a red candle comes, it's trash. So that's when I started to realize, I can't actually take people's words for anything. I really can't do that, okay? I actually always have to listen to the opposite case and see whether I'll take the deal or not. So if there's a green monthly candle, I've got to look at, okay, give me the bearish thing, right? Yeah, you might say, oh, they're too euphoric, or this thing has a lot of dumpers, right? Okay, yeah, okay, you know, it could be right, but the risk of being wrong and this thing floating up another 5 or 10x when this thing is so low, to me, that risk is too big to let go, right? It's literally like, okay, why don't you sell Ethereum? Why don't you sell Bitcoin right here? You're all in on Bitcoin. Why don't you sell right here? Because you're like, okay, man, what if it literally goes to 180 grand? You see, it's the exact same thing. But we're trying to figure it out in a world where there's less players, there's less people, it's more inefficient. We're looking for key information asymmetry. I've actually found it. So, I mean, like, it's kind of funny. We've gone through this thousands and thousands of times. Also, funny enough, friends. Wow. HEX is up 3.69%. That will be screenshot, funny enough. And all you got to do, friends, is go pulse.com. You go to bubbles, as we've seen here. Everybody loves bubbles, friends. You click on bubbles, and it's selected on liquidity. So the first thing, it'll come in on ticker. Okay, it'll come on ticker. You want to select liquidity. And I mean, like, just trust me, friends. You know, if I wasn't so experienced, I would be doubting myself right now, because I've been through this. I've had times where I've explained to people, I go, hey, bro, look at all these things. And they're like, I don't get it. Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I've doubted myself. Now, luckily for me, I was born for this. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to hold anyway. That's literally my whole experience for the first crypto cycle. Okay. Now I'm in cycle number 2. So I've seen this before, and I've learned from everything else out there in life. Okay. Now you can add up the liquidity, man, and find out how much is resting on the offers. You can do that, man. You can actually calculate it right now. If you add it up right now, okay, you add up. Remember, you just want to add up the sell side. So you do half of 35, half of 18, half of 24, and half of 28. And the answer, my friends, is 52 million. There's $52 million on the offer. So we know from the Uniswap formula, 52 million. If you made that number 2x bigger, the price goes up 4. If you made that number 5x bigger, the price goes up 25. It's squaring. If you made the number go 6x bigger, right, the price goes up 36x. 7 becomes 49. 8 becomes 64. What would happen if you insert 10 times that amount? So it's $52 million. Okay. What happens if you made that number on the rest in offer? What if they became 520 million? You get a 100x pump. Okay, you literally do it on testnet. You do get a 100x pump. Now, the teams are arbitrage bots, so you have to buy them equally. Richard Hart understands this. He actually has done this. He actually made a whole post, a whole deep essay post saying, hey, there are all these liquidity pools. You can't just throw all your money into one little pool. You've actually got to do them up evenly to get the best bang for your buck. He's trying to help out big whales who want to be in the system, who want to save thousands of dollars instead of just like going and smashing out one liquidity pool, right? So he's trying to have to buy them all evenly out there together. But now we're just figuring out, they go, oh, my friend Tommy, you've now instructed me that if at some point in the future someone wants to put in $500 million into the ecosystem, it's a 100x reprice higher. Yes. Yes. Now, whenever I say this, there's always one guy saying, unrealistic. There are net sellers. There are net sellers. I get it. Okay. Let's say you insert 500 million and then literally there are $500 million of net sellers to smack it all the way down. Okay. You got it there. What if there was someone with an extra $700 million to insert it back? What if? Okay. That total number is 1.2 billion with a B. Now, Richard Hart, friends, literally in the PulseChain Sacrifice wallet has 170,000 Ethereum. And if you do a 77,200 ETH price, you get 1.2 billion. Wow, what a coincidence. If only I had a friend out here wearing a Jigglypuff hat with the highest value content in crypto who's done this meticulously 1,500 times, the same tweets, the same videos, pumping it out there. The thesis has not changed. I don't care what soy boys do when they sell down. If only. I just can't figure it out, friends. I can't figure it out, okay? Now, of course, he can do the runner. He can do the runner. Friends, I'll tell you right now, for the PulseChain community, you know what Richard Hart will be saying right now? If Richard Hart did a stream right now, okay, I don't speak for the guy, but I'll tell you right now, if he was on stream and people were tweeting, hey, what if you did the runner and you stole all the Ethereum? He would be saying word for word, what if Satoshi woke up and dumped 1 million Bitcoin on you today? What if the US government made crypto illegal? What if they banned self-custody? What if they tried to ban it to scan everybody? What if Vitalik quits Ethereum? You ever thought about that? What if the ETH Foundation quits? See all these horrible scenarios? What if US enters the worst recession in 50 years and we have a 2-year bear market? You can throw that out. Solar flare. You can throw all of these out, friends. You can. All right? There is that. Yes, we're taking bets here, man. You don't know the future. You're taking bets. It's like World Cup goalie. You know, the guy's about to kick the goal in. It's a penalty kick. And you stop the goalie. Hey, what if he kicks left? What if he kicks right? What if he kicks high? What if he kicks low? What if he fakes you out? What if he does one of those slow ones in the middle? Goalie's looking at you like, bro, just move. Just move, okay? We're here to just play. That's it. We're here to play, okay? We're not here to predict the future. We're here to take good bets. That is actually what we invent. That is Warren Buffett winning. Warren Buffett is... Go listen to any Warren Buffett thing, because I've literally learned everything from him, okay? He never says, predict what the Fed is doing. Try to guess these macro conditions. Try to think about the new Iran war with oil prices and commodities. He talks about that so much. He goes, I'm not in the business of that. He goes, I'm owning something that I know is cheap. And it's going to be cheap for the next 10 years because I have a vision of how much it lands. And that's what I'm here for. And he has his own little checkpoints. Okay, so that's why with this community, I'm thinking, okay, well, there are 200,000 people, minus 99% couldn't kill him. Okay, so you already had the most imaginary horrible thrown out here. By the way, that's like a trophy now. Like Bitcoin holders didn't even drop minus 99%. Okay, so they've never been tested. So people try to use it as a positive, but no, it's a test, right? How many coins do you know out there that literally dropped minus 99%? There's people still tagged with the tattoos out there. They still have a conference. It's literally free money, man. I like to use free money. There's literally a conference out there. It's like throwing it to you like underarm. Hey, there's a coin out here, dropped minus 99%, and there's people still with tattoos, still with HEX logos. They even paid for the premium Twitter logo, and there's people talking about it. Tag it everywhere. There's still the engagement through the roof. You have Hexologist who's literally ratioing the Twink brothers. You have all of these things still happening. 170 content creators, 70 streamers, right? You have all of these plus a freaking 170,000 ETH treasury. It's literally throwing it out there. Now, of course, it was cheap at 80% down. It was cheap at 10 cents. Okay, I also have a tweet out. Yeah, it's going to 30 cents. Okay, I didn't know it was going to go to half a cent before it goes up there. All right? So, no matter how you string it, the fundamental thesis is still the same. Now, you don't know where it's going to land. I don't know where it's going to land. I just personally think, even after all these, I think if you don't have like $1 in this, I think you're a retard. I literally think you're a retard. I think you're a retard. If I came across somebody on YouTube who has made and done all this information, presented all of it to me, and I'm like thinking, nah, I'm never going to buy that. I literally think, wow, I shouldn't be an investor. You have absolutely no idea. Like someone's basically got a fluffy microphone here telling you, guess what? When everything goes up, people are going to find value here. They're not even going to just see it, okay? They're going to see it. They're going to hear it. It's pretty much... No matter how you spin it, friends, okay? All of these things, all you can do is walk someone right up to the wall, but you can't make the candle go up. That's it, okay? You can't make the candle go up. That's why people always have doubt, always. You cannot make the candle go up. Conversely, at the very, very top, you can convince people there's too much euphoria. There's non-believers in. Jim Cramer's bullish now, which is bad. You have Coinbase hit App Store ranking #1. Okay. You can basically walk them up to all the logic, but they're not going to feel it until there's a big fat red candle. So we know this. We know this from euphoria. It's the same thing now. When things are going down along the floor, yeah, no one knows what the hell this thing is unless they literally see pop, 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 pop. But they're just not going to see it until that. Now, you don't know this thing was going to happen, man. You don't know what's going to happen. You say, oh, well, in hindsight, yes, I would have waited and I would have held. Yeah, but... Man, this is cycle number 4 in crypto. Just imagine you got it wrong. Imagine we did what Soylana did in this coin. By the way, when I'm talking about PulseChain, I'm talking about any other coin you may hold, okay? What if you were the coin that did what Soylana did? You're up 15x from a year ago, and now you got to pay for 15x premium. What I find most fascinating, no matter how many times you see this, people see Soylana or any other coin that went up, and they're like, oh, this thing's great because it went up. No. It was great last year. Last year was great, okay, because that ended up going up. Now they're looking at expensive price and they're saying, that's great. Look at these people that just got rich. What they're doing is linear thinking. They're going, oh, you got rich buying it. Now I'm going to get rich buying it. No, they got rich buying it because suckers like you think about buying it right now. So you are trying to position yourself in a place that is as dead as Soylana from a year ago. Okay, this is what Soylana looked like. This is a great buy, friends, just to show you. This is a good chart. This is a bad chart. Good buy, bad buy. You see that? Opportunity, selling, you see? Now, of course, Soylana can keep going up, okay? It can keep going up, whatever. I'm just giving you an idea of how people are programmed to basically cuck themselves because they're like, people look at this. Think about this, friends. If you wanted to make the most amount of money, okay, this is the chart you're looking at, brother. This is literally, you want to make the most amount of money? This is it. Are you buying that? Well, after everything you've seen, they're like, hell no, I'm not buying that one. Okay, well, sweet. Well, this is literally, you could not get more rich. You could not be more of a believer than buying here, okay? The biggest believer wins. You can't make more money than from this point, okay? FTX going down. There you go, 25x. You see? You literally can't get more rich than from the moment the chart looked like this. Also, look at this. Look at this chart. By the way, I wrote this up, 108x. 108x. You could not be more poor than to hold this coin at this point. You had Crypto Banter making dedicated episodes for Soylana conferences back then, okay? You had a lot of these things going on. They sponsored a hackathon. The news was great, okay? We've seen this, friends. We've seen this. And I've done, like, secrets revealed in my videos for you. I did all the hard work and research here for you for free. I literally went back to 2020 and I found all the coins that did well. And then I showed you how they did in the year after the Bitcoin halving. Poop. And I remember them. Link. Friends, look at Link. You can show you Link ETH. Look at this. Okay, look at this. You can see Chainlink, right? Look at this absolute monster run into the Bitcoin halving year up here. Look at that. Look, wow, man, you've literally taken over oracles. You can't get worse than that. You literally can't get worse. What about AAVE, friends? Many, many, many examples, okay? I've just manually constructed the AAVE to ETH ratio. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Literally September 2020. That's where we are right now, by the way. And look at that. Yeah. AAVE's going up. Look, you're great. You're great. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Well, look at this. But look where you stop. You're done. So congratulations. Okay, you have against Ethereum, you've got another 2.5x. And you're over. That could be Soylana from here. It could be Soylana. Remember I told you, man, even if Soylana does like a 2x from here against ETH, you've crushed it. You've done like 12x on ETH from the bottom. But who gets the biggest reward from it? It's people who are holding through the absolute junk. If you're waiting to get things after they start swooping up, you either have a high chance of buying the top, which you don't really believe in anyway, or, right, or you miss out. You're getting like a terrible gain. And if you've been watching my video, friends, you know I talk about Matic quite a lot. I was in Matic, okay? I wish I had way more size, but yeah, I was in Matic. This is literally Matic, okay? You see Matic chart here, down 85%. If you want to see as well the real chart, you want to see the real pain, talk about getting called a scam 24/7. All right, now, of course, Matic's one of the nice unicorn winners. It is, all right? But this is what it looked like. Okay, you want to buy this chart? Hey, genius, you want to buy this chart? By the way, I did. I liked this chart. Came in, you're down 93%. Okay, it was literally 13 Indian dudes own 75% of the tokens. They actually owned more of a supply back then. 13 Indian dudes. And crypto, by the way, we hadn't had a single altcoin that actually did well by this point. Not a single altcoin. Everything was just pumping and dumping, all right? And then smash. This was 180x it does on USD, 39x against Ethereum. So just let me tell you this, right? If you were trading like Ivan style, which is like more like Cobie and other HEX, they like getting stuff on that uptrend, right? They're trying to get that third of the move in that middle. What are they going to be doing? Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, obviously you're a genius. You think you're going to buy this. No, they're not. That's still under the highs. They want to see this move. Okay, they want to see you do that. That's when they're in. All right. So I'll actually show you right now. Let's go into the daily chart. I'll show you what it looks like. That's what they want to see. They want to see this thing smash up smash up, come back then like, oh, this is making up highs. Yeah, but friends, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this like how much of a premium they're paying up? So they only start to notice this thing after it literally goes up 12x in a freaking straight line. All right. And they have to start DCA buying here and believing. Now, I'm very realistic. If this is an equivalent of like HEX and PulseChain price, maybe you're in the middle here. You're offside here. Maybe, you're just like, I'm just trying to be realistic here. You're offside. So maybe your price is here. And yeah, maybe they're going to notice it after you're onside 3 or 4x. But, friends, once again, I will just repeat to you, in the real world, a person who jumps on a coin in a momentum phase, there's an 80% chance that they've timed it wrong. Literally 80%, okay? Because markets are, they're ranging actually 80% of the time, 70, 80% of the time. Only 20% in crypto, they're actually going up. So already, there's a 1 in 5 chance that they're right. Only 1 in 5. And let's say, I'm being given the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming they are right, all right? They don't know what value is. They have no idea. They're only here to chase momentum, okay? Friends, do you honestly think someone who buys something up here, they think this is expensive? Hell no, they don't know what's going on, okay? If you are willing to wait this long to see if something, oh, your trend is going up, what do, friends? They wait for this trend to come back down. They're the guys who start selling here. You want to do that return? So look, I'm going to show it to you right now, okay? Look at this difference, okay? In a coin that goes from the bottom to the top, and I know nobody gets the bottom, okay? This thing goes up 39x against Ethereum, which is freaking huge. You do 200x USD. 39x here, but because they are buying around here, okay? They're buying around here, and then the trend stops here. Congratulations, bro, 3x. 39, 3. 39, 3. Now, the 3x, you had a nice experience, didn't you? You didn't have to sit, cop the embarrassment, pain, family members calling you, watching it go down every day, not wanting to look at your phone, all the depression. Maybe you got Crohn's in your stomach now. Maybe you're just getting more gray hairs. Okay, sweet. You don't have to go through that. But look at your reward. You literally only got 1/10 of the move. 1/10. And guess what? Let's say that guy down here with his average price, let's say they sell with you as well. They get an 11x. Let's round it down. 10 to 3, okay? 10x, 3x. So, worst case, the believer is doing 3 times better than you. Worst case, 3 times better. That is freaking enormous. It's literally could be the difference between retirement and you're stuck for another cycle. It literally is. If there's somebody who has 1 year's worth of savings, friends, and they've invested it in, and they make a 5x, let's say they buy a PulseChain, just for example, right? They buy a PulseChain. Let's do this here. Let's say they buy a PulseChain up here. Actually, I'm going to put on a log chart so we can actually see it, right? They buy a PulseChain up here, PLS, let's say up here, and then they hold it for like the 5x up here. Okay, sweet. They make a 5x. You are long, whatever your portfolio is here, you're getting 33, man. And by the way, I'm just going to be conservative and just say from this point, look what you're getting, by the way. Okay. They're getting a 5, you're getting like a 20. So if you have 1 year living expenses, because you're a believer, yeah, you look like an idiot right now. Of course you do. Oh yeah, because the price quotes it down. Sweet. But I'm measuring from the day 1 sack. So I'm just giving this perfect example. Day 1 sack. This guy, look at this. They didn't sacrifice 3 years ago. They come in, they're like, hey, you're an idiot. Richard Hart's a scammer. He's a fart Ponzi scammer. And then it comes back here. They're starting to take notice up here. And guess what? Yeah, they get the parabola of the move. 1 year of expenses invested, getting a 20, you'd literally retire. You can literally get out, live off the yield. You don't have to work for life. Okay? Living your current style. If you want to upgrade, different story, but living your current style, you basically don't have to work for life because you're doing fine just now, right? But if you're a momentum trader, you ain't getting your 20, man. You're going to get like a 3, 4, 5. Okay, do you see, friends? So, and look, man, Warren Buffett, the late Charlie Munger, they knew this. They knew this. They knew, like I told you, man, you are here for a certain number of years. You have to be here for a certain number of years, right? your job, so okay, this is actually controversial, right? What I'm about to say. So if you're in crypto or you're in investing, I want to make the most given the risk based on my appetite. That's what I want to make. I know I'm here for 10 years. I want to make the most I can, okay? We don't have access to grifting abilities or VC tokens or special deals. We don't have that, okay? So I want to make the most I can. What you'll actually find is my actions represent that. But other people's actions, if you speak to them, they're like, oh, I want to make the most I can too. But when they're chasing momentum, chasing narratives, buying stuff that only like, hey, has been trending up, for example, they're buying high to sell to other suckers. Those people, they will tell you they're here to make the most money, but actually their investing says otherwise. Their investing is based on a style to minimize emotional damage. They are here to have more fun. It's like looking at somebody in the gym. They're like, hey, I'm here to get fit. Okay. One guy is training hard, okay? Muscles, bellies, everything's hurting, okay? And another guy, they're just in there. Maybe he's just like walking along the treadmill, not sweating, but like he's just getting the feeling like he's fit. Yeah, I went to the gym today, right? So they're there for the enjoyment, you see? But then I think, okay, if I'm going to be in the gym here for 5 years, I don't want to be just walking on a treadmill every time because 5 years of feeling good, that doesn't get you results. And investing is the same thing, man. 5 years of feeling good investing doesn't get you results. What's feeling good, friends? Buying high. Okay? Buying high is feeling good. Buying with the crowd, around the crowd, off the crowd. Buying because you watch like, you know, some mainstream YouTube influencers. Top 10 AI coins. Top 10 these coins. Top 10 Soylana, Pump Fund. Top 10, all these stuffs. Chasing all this stuff, making you feel good. Okay? That's what it comes down to. And what you actually find is everything I said was true. No one in crypto is building their portfolio one brick at a time. Oh, I'm building it a 30% here and a 20% here and a 2x here. You're not building it like that. It's one big fat cycle. You make what you can, and then when it's over, it's literally all over. There's nobody there still like building 30% at a time, whatever. It's literally we are finished. The fiat system is literally on its last legs now. It's got the oxygen mask, basically the ventilator, right? Life support. They're giving us oxygen. Everything goes up, the yields go up, the borrowing yields, the leverage, the momentum, all the high prices come in. And then when they turn it off, because it's too much euphoria, too much inflation, whatever it is, okay, sweet, everybody walk away. I hope it makes itself clear now to see this is the game. This is the game. This is the game. If you are going to measure, I could like, you could go on and on and on. You got the point now. If you were going to measure your pre-cycle finish portfolio, you would have literally missed out 200x on Matic. You would have missed out so many coins, 500x on Fantom. Like, I mean, that's another example. I made so many videos going through these over and over and over again. I mean, like Fantom as well, which I had. This is funny. I mean, you just see the absolute abomination that we were dealing with. Fantom. This is Fantom Ethereum, okay? Fantom ETH, friends. Look what we're looking at, man, by the way. This is literally, you want to buy this? Look at this absolute garbage. Look at this absolute garbage. You are down 88%. You can't literally go anywhere. Look at this. You launched in 2018. You are down 85% from launch against Ethereum. And your market cap was only like 20 million. What a joke. Look what ends up coming next. Look what ends up coming next. Bang. Snap. Look at that. That is freaking enormous. Look how much it rallies, by the way. 46x. I'm not saying this will repeat. I don't know. I'm just telling you that the only way for you to benefit from these, if it repeats, is to sit through the pain, deal with the red candles, and hodl. That's it. That's the only way to do it, okay? By the way, I mean, we have some fun. Look at this. If you want to trade their momentum style, they end up buying here, friends. They end up watching these things go up. They end up buying in this zone. DCA buying in this zone, okay? Look at that difference as well. It does a 45x from here. Look how much you end up getting from here. By the way, you won't even hold to this point because you don't believe. Friends, what was that number? 45x. Look at this number. 4.4x. Okay, and just to remind you, a person buying in this, they are not holding from here, okay? They see this top out and they're getting out, okay? I'm just telling you realistically, no one is looking at that saying, oh, wow, I'm a non-believer. Let me hold forever. They're not saying that, okay? So realistically, because friends, I know how these things play. A lot of people, they're full of shit as well, okay? They're full of shit. they're getting in at terrible prices that they think is good prices because they're assuming things are going to keep going. Look at this. You made a 1.8x. So this guy, I'm not even going to measure from the very, very bottom. You're up 1.8x. This guy's up 19. They're literally doing 10 times better than you. So do you see that common theme? Absolute worst case, they're outdoing you 3-1. 3-1. Imagine that compound. Imagine that power over a whole decade. You're buying low, selling high. You're playing a whole cycle. You are outperforming the Copas 3-1, man. 3-1. And like I said to you, a person who's only trading that style, they don't have 1 year's worth of living expenses invested. They don't. They don't believe. You haven't done any research, bro. You don't know anything about Fantom. You don't know anything about Matic. You don't know anything about PulseChain. Okay, they're going to come in and start trying to trade it. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. You're probably going to get psyched out on that first big wick. It's funny. They don't even sell these green candles, okay? They're the ones, friends. They end up buying here. They're not selling up here. They're selling after this, okay? They end up with like 80% gain. And they're like, yeah, making money, 80% gain. Bro, you took like all the risk in the world. You had to bink it. It was a cycle switch. We had the euphoria phase coming in, okay? Like I said, like it makes absolutely no logical sense for me to go through all this information and pick the worst thing, okay? The most rewarding thing is the hardest, all right? It is actually delayed gratification. It is. You don't know. You're playing these long-term. You're playing each like 6-month candle at a time. Now, you can take everything I said. You're like, oh, well, screw it. I'm going to go trade. Well, just good luck, man. I'm telling you, good luck. You will end up on Coinfessions Rekt. You will be one of those copers. They've been in crypto for 4 or 5 years, still haven't retired. You will be one of those people making the mistakes over and over again. And I'm just saying, God bless you and good luck to you, because the growth rates in crypto are slowing down. Okay, they are slowing down. And it's going to take longer and longer for you to retire. You know, there's not going to be any more like 1 cycle retirees anymore. It's going to be like 2 cycles. The rates will grow lower over time. So you don't have this infinite opportunity popping up like mushrooms over and over again. It's getting harder and harder and harder. But that's why we do more and more work. Your momentum play and the amount you're making on momentum, friends, because everything is compressing in terms of how much the growth rates are due to fatter liquidity being in the markets, people are going to be forced to take on more leverage and slowly will become the stock market. Okay, but right now, if you're buying low and you're playing the whole cycle, and yes, it sucks, but you're stacking all these edges out here, you will absolutely crush everyone else. I have absolutely no doubts about that, okay? But how much you're going to crush and when, that's ultimately up to you know who. The peoples above, Lord above, we'll see. Make sure you like, subscribe, catch you in the next one.